Leo, stop, do not scroll past this. If you clicked on this video, it is not an accident, and I need you to hear me clearly. The cards are showing something so specific, so undeniably timed to this exact week in August, that I actually had to pull 3 times to make sure I was reading this correctly. You may never have to work the way you have been working again, and I don't mean a small raise. I don't mean a slightly better month. I mean fundamental, structural shift where money begins to find you instead of you chasing it. But here's the part that made my hands shake while I was pulling these cards. There is someone, one specific person, and what they are about to offer you or hand you or confess to you about your worth changes everything. Before I go deeper, tell me in the comments, where in the world are you watching this from right now? Drop your city. Let me see how far this energy is reaching. And if you haven't already, tap subscribe on Trusted Tarot, because what's coming for you in the next few weeks is not a one-time message. You're going to need to be here. Leo, I need you to understand something before we go any further, because the energy I am picking up on you right now is layered, and if I skip this part, the rest of the reading will land flat, and you will not fully receive what Spirit is trying to hand you. You are exhausted. And I don't just mean tired from a long week. I mean a deep marrow-level weariness that has been building for months, maybe longer than that. You have been carrying, providing, showing up, being the strong one, being the one everyone counts on while quietly wondering when someone is going to count on you. You have been grinding in a way that does not match your spirit. Leo energy is not meant to survive. Leo energy is meant to reign. And somewhere along the way, life convinced you that you had to earn your rest, earn your comfort, earn the right to receive. That lie is breaking apart right now, as of this week, the 13th of August. The energetic architecture around your finances is reorganizing itself, and the cards I pulled for you today are not gentle. They are declarative. They are announcing something. Now, before I tell you exactly what is coming, I need you to do something for me. I need you to notice your body right now. Because spirit does not only speak through words and symbols, spirit speaks through your nervous system. And if this reading is truly yours, your body has already been confirming it for the past 3 to 5 days. Think back. Have you been waking up earlier than usual? Not with anxiety, but with this strange, quiet alertness, like something is about to start and you don't want to miss it. Have you felt a flutter in your chest, not painful, but electric, like anticipation trapped behind your ribs? Have you caught yourself checking your phone more often, not for any specific reason, just this low hum of waiting? As if you are expecting a message or a notification that will change the direction of your week. Some of you have felt a tingling in your palms, in your hands, and in energetic terms, the hands are the receiving centers. Your palms are literally waking up to receive. And there's a restlessness too, isn't there? A feeling that the life you've been building, the routine, the job, the schedule, suddenly feels too small. Like you've outgrown a shell and you're itching to shed it. That is not dissatisfaction. That is confirmation. That is your energy field expanding ahead of the physical reality that is catching up to meet you. And then there are the dreams. Leo, the dreams you've been having this past week are not random. I need you to trust me on this. Some of you have been dreaming of water. Not chaotic water, not storms, but moving water, rivers, streams. Water pouring into something, filling something up. Water in the subconscious language of tarot is abundance in motion. It is money and opportunity flowing toward you, not stagnant, not blocked, but actively seeking you out. Others of you have been dreaming of large open spaces, walking into rooms that are bigger than you expected. Beautiful homes with light pouring through wide windows. And in the dream, you are not visiting. You are being told this is yours. You belong here. A few of you have had the specific dream where someone hands you keys or hands you something golden, something heavy and warm in your palm, and you wake up and the feeling lingers for hours. That is your subconscious processing what is already being prepared for you in the waking world. And then there are the intrusive thoughts, the random midday flashes where you think, what if I just stopped? What if I didn't have to do this anymore? What if money just came, and then you push the thought away because it feels too good, too naive, too impossible? Stop pushing it away. That thought is not fantasy. That thought is a download. That is your higher self letting you preview the life that is being assembled for you right now. Now, I told you there is a person in this reading, and I need to build the context before I reveal who they are and what they carry for you. Because if I say it too early, you will intellectualize it instead of feeling it. So let me give you the shape of what's happening first. The cards show that for a long time, you have been in what I call the proving phase. You have been demonstrating your value, your talent, your loyalty, your capability to people and systems that did not fully compensate you for it. You have been over-delivering and under-receiving. And the bitterness of that, even if you've tried to be gracious about it, even if you've smiled and said it's fine, it has been building pressure inside you. You've been watching other people, sometimes people with less skill, less heart, less experience than you, slide into ease while you keep earning every single inch. And you started to believe that maybe that was just your story. Maybe you were the one who had to work harder. Maybe ease was for other signs, other people, other lives. Leo, I need you to hear me. That story ends now. The proving phase is complete. You do not owe anyone another demonstration of your worth. What comes next is not earned. It is received. And the person who is part of this next chapter, they see you, they see what you've been carrying. And they are about to make that visible in a way that changes your material reality. But I am not going to tell you who they are yet. And I am not going to tell you exactly what they bring. Because the cards showed me that this revelation has a sequence to it, there is something you need to release first. There is an old belief about money, about deserving, about what you're allowed to want. That is still sitting between you and this blessing like a thin wall of glass. You can see through it. You can see the life on the other side. But you keep pressing your hand against it instead of walking through. And the reason you keep pressing instead of walking is fear. Not fear of failure. Fear of it actually working. Fear of what it means if the struggle was never necessary. Fear of who you become when you are no longer the one fighting for scraps. That fear is the last thing I need you to set down before I give you the full message. So I'm going to ask you to stay with me. I'm going to ask you to keep listening. Because what I reveal next is specific. It is timed, and it is going to land in your life within a window that is closer than you think. If this is resonating, if your chest is doing that thing, if you're nodding and you can't even explain why you feel so seen right now, I want you to do something small but sacred. Subscribe to Trusted Tarot if you haven't already. Not for the algorithm, for yourself. Because the energy that pulled you into this video is going to keep speaking to you, and you want to be in the space where those messages land. Hit subscribe. Let this be your little act of saying, yes, I am open to receiving. I am done proving. I am ready for the soft life to find me. And if someone you love, fellow Leo, someone you know is exhausted and overworked and deserves to hear this, share this video with them. Sometimes the universe uses you as the doorway for someone else's breakthrough. Now I'm going to tell you about this person, Leo. And I need you to listen not just with your mind, but with your gut. Because when I say who this is, something in your stomach is going to drop or clench or warm. And that physical reaction is your confirmation. This is someone who has been watching you for longer than you realize. Not in a sinister way, in the way that someone watches a person they deeply respect and quietly aches for. Because they can see what you are capable of, and they can also see how much you are settling. This person has been in your orbit before. You know them. You have interacted with them. But there was a period where the connection thinned, where life pulled you in different directions, or where the dynamic between you was not yet ripe for what it is now becoming. They pulled back, or you pulled back, or circumstances created distance. And during that distance, something shifted inside them. They started to reckon with what you actually brought to the table. They started to feel the weight of what they overlooked, or undervalued, or took for granted when they had access to your energy, your mind, your creativity, your presence. And that reckoning has been building in them like pressure behind a dam. They have been sitting with it, turning it over, losing sleep over it. Because what they are about to do, what they are about to say or offer or place in front of you, it terrifies them a little. Not because it's small, because it's enormous, and they are afraid you will say no, are afraid that the window passed. They are afraid you have already moved on, already built something without them, already decided you don't need what they're carrying. But they are coming anyway. The cards show them in motion. The cards show them drafting and redrafting, rehearsing, waiting for the right moment. And that moment is now, mid to late August. The energy peaks around the 19th to the 23rd. But the first tremor, the first signal, could arrive as early as this week. And here is what they carry, Leo. I want you to brace yourself gently. This is not a small gesture. This is not a favor. This is not someone tossing you bone and calling it generosity. What is being prepared for you is an invitation into a structure where your income is no longer chained to your hours, where your money is no longer a direct trade of your finite, precious, irreplaceable time for a number in a bank account. The cards show a proposition. It could be framed as a partnership. It could be framed as an investment. It could be framed as a role or a position that comes with resources already built, already flowing, where your job is not to build from nothing, but to step into something that is already generating and simply add your light, your name, your signature, your creative force to it. Some of you will receive this as a literal offer, a phone call, a message, a meeting request that seems casual on the surface, but carries the weight of a turning point underneath. Others of you will experience it as a door that you didn't even know existed suddenly swinging open in a context you had already mentally closed. A project you thought was dead, a connection you thought was finished, a skill you thought was irrelevant. It comes back. It comes back dressed in money. It comes back dressed in ease, and the person who brings it, they will say something to you that undoes a knot you've been carrying for years. They will say something like, "I should have done this sooner," or "I should have seen you clearly before." Or, "You deserve this, and I'm sorry it took me this long to say it out loud." And Leo. When they say that, something in your chest is going to crack open. Not in a painful way, in the way a locked room finally gets air. You are going to feel the years of overwork, of swallowing your needs, of performing gratitude while starving for recognition. You are going to feel all of that lift. And I need to prepare you for that feeling, because it will be intense, and your first instinct might be to deflect. So here is your warning, and I need you to hear this as an act of love, not fear. When this offer arrives, when this person speaks, when this message lands in your hands, do not let the old you answer. Do not let the version of you who learned to say, "Oh, it's fine, I don't need that much. I don't want to be a burden." Do not let that version grab the phone first. Do not let the version of you who was trained to shrink, to be low maintenance, to make yourself easy so others would keep you around. Do not let that version negotiate you down before you even hear the full terms. Pause, breathe. Let the words land. Let yourself feel the full weight of what is being offered before you respond. Because your instinct, after years of proving and grinding and being told to be grateful for less, your instinct will be to minimize. To say, "Are you sure?" To say, "I don't want to take advantage." To say, "Maybe someone else deserves this more, and I need you to hear me clearly. No one else deserves this more. This was built for you. This was shaped by your specific struggle, your specific patience, your specific refusal to quit even when quitting would have been easier. You earned this in the only currency that matters, which is your persistence and your heart. So when it arrives, receive it. Say yes before your fear can negotiate. Say yes and let the details sort themselves after. Say yes and let yourself be provided for without performing gratitude so excessive that it shrinks the gift. You are allowed to simply say thank you. I accept. I'm ready. And there is a timing to this that I need you to understand. Because the why of now matters. This is not random. This is not the universe being capricious. The reason this is arriving in August, the reason this person is reaching out now and not 6 months ago, not a year ago, is because you were not ready to receive it 6 months ago. You were still in the proving phase. You were still trying to convince the world you had value. And if this offer had landed then, you would have sabotaged it. You would have overworked yourself inside it. You would have turned ease into another performance. You would have found a way to make it hard because hard was familiar and ease felt suspicious. But something shifted in you over the past few months. You got tired, truly spiritually tired. And in that tiredness, you stopped performing. You stopped pretending the grind was noble. You let yourself want the soft life without guilt. You let yourself imagine receiving without earning every single breath. And that surrender, that quiet internal permission you gave yourself, that was the key turning in the lock. The universe was waiting for you to stop fighting for the door and simply let it open. And now you have, and now it opens. Let's talk about the exact architecture of this moment. Because the timing of this message is not a coincidence. And understanding the cosmic clockwork behind it will help silence the logical part of your brain that wants to doubt what you are hearing. Look at where we are. It is August 13th, 2026. You are in the absolute heart of your own solar season. This is your personal New Year, Leo. The portal of the Lion's Gate has just peaked, and the energetic debris of the past year is finally settling. In astrology, when the sun illuminates your own sign, it acts as a cosmic spotlight, revealing your truest path and burning away the illusions you've been clinging to. But this year, this specific August, There is a rare conjunction of energies happening in your financial houses that acts like a vacuum, pulling abundance directly into your lap. The universe is essentially clearing the runway for your landing. The delays you experienced in the spring, the frustrating stagnation of early summer, the deals that fell through, and the people who ghosted you, that was not bad luck. That was divine protection. Spirit was actively blocking you from committing to small things because it knew this massive, life-altering shift was scheduled for mid-August. You were being kept in the waiting room because the VIP suite was still being prepared for you. But I need to pivot here because I can feel your energy shifting as I say this. I can feel the hope rising in your chest, but right underneath that hope, there is a heavy aching exhaustion, and I need to speak directly to that exhaustion right now. I know how close you came to giving up. I know about the nights just a few weeks ago where you stared at the ceiling and wondered if this was just it, if this was all life was going to be. Waking up, grinding, paying the bills, supporting everyone else, and going to sleep with a quiet, hollow feeling in your stomach. You have been the rock for so many people. You have been the one who never breaks, the one who always has a solution, the one who absorbs the shocks of life so that the people around you don't have to feel them. But Leo, who holds the rock? Who checks on the strong one? You have been pouring from an empty cup for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to be filled. You have convinced yourself that your worth is tied to your utility. You believe that if you stop producing, stop fixing, stop working, you will disappear. And that belief has kept you trapped in a cycle of relentless, unglamorous survival. I am here to tell you that the cycle is broken. You do not have to be strong today. You do not have to figure it all out today. You are allowed to just be. You are allowed to be held. This brings us to the most crucial psychological shift you must make to actually step into this soft life. When you are used to surviving, peace feels incredibly suspicious. When you are used to the chaos of the hustle, the quiet of abundance feels like a trap. Your nervous system is wired for the hunt, for the chase, for the next emergency. So when this new opportunity arrives, when this money starts flowing with ease, your brain is going to panic. It is going to tell you that the other shoe is about to drop. It is going to tell you to hoard it, to overwork it, to find a problem to solve just to feel normal again. I need you to recognize that panic for what it is. It is not intuition. It is trauma. It is the echo of your past struggles trying to hijack your future ease. When that panic rises, I want you to place a hand over your heart. Feel the steady rhythm of your own pulse and remind yourself that you are safe now. The war is over. You won. You survived the proving grounds, and now you are being invited into the palace. You do not need to keep your armor on in the palace. It is heavy. It is exhausting, and it is no longer required. Take it off, let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let the soft life actually touch your skinches, and as you sit with this, I want you to reframe every single hardship you have endured over the last 3 years. I know there were moments you felt punished. I know there were moments you looked at the sky and asked, why me? Why is this so hard for me when it seems so easy for everyone else? I need you to understand that the universe was not punishing you. It was expanding your capacity. If this level of wealth, this level of ease, this specific partnership had come to you 3 years ago, it would have crushed you. You would have given it all away to people who did not deserve it. You would have sabotaged it out of imposter syndrome. You would have shrunk yourself to make the people around you comfortable. But the fire you walked through burned away all of that. It burned away your people-pleasing. It burned away your tolerance for disrespect. It burned away your willingness to accept crumbs. You are no longer the person who begs for a seat at the table. You are the person who owns the building. The struggles of the past were the forge that created the energetic container you now possess. You are finally large enough, strong enough, and grounded enough to hold the massive blessing that is walking through your door this week. You are ready. You have always been ready, but now, finally, the timing matches your readiness. So here is what I need you to do in the next 72 hours, Leo. Because this energy is alive, it is moving, and it requires your participation to fully materialize in the physical world. The universe has done its part. The cards have spoken. The timing is set. This person is in motion. The offer is being shaped even as you listen to my voice right now. But there is a final energetic handshake that must happen between you and this blessing, and it happens in the quiet. It happens in the way you carry yourself tomorrow morning when you wake up. I need you to stop walking into your days like someone bracing for impact. Stop walking into your kitchen, your workplace, Your relationships like someone expecting to be asked to perform, to prove, to earn, starting tomorrow. I want you to move differently, slower, softer. When you make your coffee or your tea, I want you to actually stand there and feel the warmth of the mug in your hands and say to yourself, I am entering my season of receiving. When you look in the mirror, I do not want you to scan your face for flaws or calculate what you need to fix. I want you to look yourself in the eyes and say, I am done fighting for what is already mine. These are not small gestures. These are energetic declarations. They tell your subconscious mind that the old operating system is offline. They tell your cells that the war is over. And when your body believes it, your reality has no choice but to reorganize itself around that belief. And when the message comes, and it will come, whether it is a text that lights up your screen on a random Tuesday afternoon, or a phone call that interrupts your evening, or an email that lands in your inbox with a subject line that makes your breath catch when it comes, I need you to remember what I told you. Do not shrink, do not deflect. Do not say, oh, you really don't have to. Do not minimize your own magnitude to make someone else comfortable. You have spent years making yourself small so that others could feel big. That contract is void. It is burned. You are stepping into a life where your bigness is the point, where your name carries weight, where your presence alone adds value to a room. Project, partnership, bank account. You do not have to justify your worth anymore. You do not have to present a portfolio of your suffering to prove you deserve ease. You deserve it because you exist. You deserve it because you kept going. You deserve it because you are here, right now, listening to this, still open, still hoping, still brave enough to believe that something better is possible, even after everything that tried to convince you otherwise. That bravery is sacred, and it is being rewarded. Now, Leo, I want you to do something with me. Right now, wherever you are, whether you are in your car, in your bed, sitting at your desk, walking with your headphones inches, I want you to stop. Just for a moment, let your hands rest wherever they are. If you can, place one hand flat against the center of your chest, right over your heart. Feel the warmth of your own palm through your shirt or your skinches, feel the rise and fall. Now take a breath with me. A slow, deep breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs all the way to the bottom. Hold it for just a second, and now let it go. Let it out slowly, like you are releasing a weight you have been carrying for 3 years, because you are. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let the muscles behind your eyes release. And in this quiet space, in this sacred pause, I want you to repeat this silently in your mind. Say it to yourself like a vow. I release the need to struggle. I release the belief that I must suffer to be worthy. I open my hands. I open my life. I am ready for the soft life. I am ready to receive what was always meant for me. I am Leo. I do not chase. I attract. I do not beg. I am chosen. I do not survive anymore. I thrive. Let those words settle into your bones. Let them become the new frequency your body hums at. You have just sealed the energetic contract. The old story cannot touch you now, and I want you to carry this feeling with you, not just for today, not just for this week, but as a permanent shift in your posture toward life. The soft life is not just about money, Leo. It is about permission. Permission to rest without guilt. Permission to receive without over-delivering. Permission to be taken care of. Permission to let someone else carry the weight for once. Permission to be soft in a world that demanded you be stone. You have earned this permission 1,000 times over. And now, it is yours. The 13th of August, 2026 will be the date you look back on and say, that was the day everything turned. That was the day I stopped fighting the current and let the river carry me to the shore I was always meant to reach. The cards do not lie. The timing does not miss. And you, Leo, are exactly where you are supposed to be right here, right now. On the threshold of everything. If this reading found you, if it landed in your spirit like a key in a lock, if you felt that crack in your chest where the light got in, I need you to do one thing for me before you go. Drop one word in the comments below, just one word. Write the word receiving. Let that be your public declaration to the universe that you are open, that you are done proving, that you are ready for the soft life to wrap around you. Type receiving and mean it with every cell in your body. And if you are not already part of this family, subscribe to Trusted Tarot. Hit that bell so you do not miss the next message that Spirit sends through this channel, because this is not the last time the cards will speak to you this month. There is more coming. There is always more coming for the ones who are brave enough to stay open. And if someone came to your mind while you were listening, fellow Leo, someone you love who is tired, who is overworked, who deserves to hear that the struggle is ending, share this video with them. Send it in a text. Send it in a message. Be the doorway for their breakthrough. Sometimes the universe uses our hands to deliver its most urgent letters. You are loved. You are seen. You are stepping into the most beautiful chapter of your life. Welcome to the soft life, Leo. You are home now. Before you go, Leo, I pulled one final card. I didn't plan to. I was gathering the spread, clearing the energy, and this single card slipped out from the bottom of the deck and landed face up on the table. And when I saw it, I actually smiled. Because it was the Ten of Cups, not the Ten of Pentacles, which would have made sense for a money reading, not the King of Wands, which would have aligned with your fire and your ambition. The Ten of Cups, the card of emotional fullness, the card of arriving home to yourself, the card that says, the thing you actually wanted underneath all the money, underneath all the recognition, underneath all the soft sheets and the beautiful spaces and the financial freedom. The thing you actually wanted was to feel safe, to feel like you could exhale, to feel like you didn't have to earn the right to be loved, to be held, to be provided for. And that is what this season brings you. Not just abundance in your accounts, but abundance in your nervous system, peace in your body, the quiet, unshakable knowing that you are taken care of, even when you are not performing, even when you are resting, even when you are doing absolutely nothing but existing. That is the true soft life, and it is yours now, fully, completely, without conditions. In the next 24 to 48 hours, pay attention to small confirmations. A song will play at a random moment with lyrics that feel like they were written specifically for you. A stranger will say something passing, something brief, and it will land in your chest like a direct message from spirit. You might find a coin on the ground, or see a repeating number on a clock, 1111 888, and these are not random. These are the universe leaving fingerprints on your day, saying, I see you, I am here, the shift is real. Keep your eyes soft and your awareness open. You do not need to chase these signs. They will find you. They always do when you are aligned. And if doubt creeps in tonight, if the old voice whispers, what if this is too good to be true? What if I imagined it? What if I'm being foolish for hoping? I need you to answer that voice firmly. You say, no. I have suffered enough for a lifetime. I have earned my ease. I am allowed to hope. I am allowed to expect good things. I am allowed to be the one who finally gets it right. And then you let the doubt pass through you like weather. You do not have to fight it. You just do not have to invite it in for tea. You let it walk past your door and you keep your eyes on what is coming. This is Trusted Tarot, and I want you to know that holding space for you in this reading was not just a task, it was sacred. The energy between us in this moment, across whatever distance separates us, is real. You were guided here. You were meant to hear these words on this day, August 13th, 2026, in this exact configuration of your life. Nothing was wasted. No tear was wasted. No late night of worry was wasted. It was all building the person who is now ready to receive. And receive you shall. Go gently tonight, Leo. Drink a glass of water. Step outside and feel the air on your skin if you can. Look up at the sky, even if it's just the ceiling above you, and say, thank you. Thank you for what is coming. Thank you for what is already here. Thank you for making me strong enough to hold this. And then rest, truly rest. Not the restless, guilty half-sleep you've been surviving on. Real rest. The kind where your body goes heavy and your mind goes quiet, and you trust that the world will still be there in the morning, and that it will be kinder than it was today. Because it will be. I promise you, with every card in this deck, with every ounce of spirit speaking through this channel, it will be kinder. Welcome to the soft life, Leo. You made it. I will see you in the next reading. This message is complete. Claim it, live it, you are free now.